You seem like a calm and reasonable person, are you? A calm and reasonable person.
You young boys, Valdez.
Welcome to LA Noire, a game about reading subtle facial cues, fair LAPD treatment, and the most dangerous button in gaming. You know, Plato famously said that every gamer dreams to play as a protagonist with a personality as stable as a game of Russian roulette. And boy howdy, today I can proudly say that Cole Phelps fits the bill.
I want answers or I'll smack you around the teeth.
You see, Cole's mouth is a bit of a treasure, a modern anomaly, a bite-sized portal to the realm of chaos, if you will. His mouth is Pandora's box, and the dice of fate get rolled every time he opens it.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn...
Indulge me for a second and close your eyes while still watching the screen and imagine 1947, bathed in the light of the city of stars, the city of dreams, the city of police with clean driving records. Crimes most foul were as plentiful as the food on Guy Fieri's plate, and Officer Phelps was the perfect man to solve them.
Bag it and return it to technical services.
You hurry it up, Floyd.
I'm out of here.
You see, LA was a meadow of men with raging tempers, and Phelps was no different. What set him apart, though, was his remarkable ability to fondle any and every object with the utmost precision. This one. Nope, not that one. Okay, this one. Alright, that's not it. This one. Alright, that was a misclick. It's definitely this one. Alright, this one for sure.
Slow down!
But the wheels of justice stop for no man. So the game has you make your way through Cole's career, starting off as a police officer with surprisingly good parkour skills, and you catch criminals as well as Ash Ketchum catches Pokemon. Because I'd be on a wanted list if I didn't play that one more time, we're gonna watch that again, and I want you to listen closely this time because I think the sound effects really take you on a spiritual journey.
Looks like we've got...
Phelps vowed to catch 'em all, so he started by rounding up most of the fighter-type criminals,
You're not taking me down for this.
who Phelps had no problem giving 1 or 2 concussions to, or maybe 3, or 4, or 5, or permanent brain damage.
Could you stand clear of the body, please? Has anyone called an ambulance?
We've called an ambulance and the police, but I'm afraid he's dead.
A quick face wiggle later confirmed the man had bit the dust, so Phelps headed inside to talk to the man's employee.
I'm having a hard time believing that, young lady. You want to be taken to a police cell?
You're hardly any older than me. Don't you dare talk to me that way.
A man is dead, Miss Galetta, and it's a criminal offense to lie to a police officer. I will take you downtown.
Get out.
You see, fellas and ladies, the one thing I've learned from LA Noire about being a detective is, you should just really not give a shit about anyone's feelings, and you'll be well on your way to a promotion.
Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance.
The first step to getting that confession was to gaslight the man out of his own right to an attorney.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu.
Then, simple. Step 2, ask the big question. Did he do it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You blew a man out of his socks over an empty grudge, you son of a bitch. Do you think I have sympathy for you?
He refused to talk to him any further.
Get back in there and raise some lumps, boy! I need a confession!
Luckily for Phelps, though, the room doubled as a memory eraser from Men in Black, so he got back to a very polite and civil conversation with him.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker.
A few more memory wipes later, Cole got that confession and a promotion to a position he was more than qualified to be in. Now, once you become a detective in the game, it really kicks into gear, opening up random encounter missions like chasing and gunning down random people in the street while deciding getting shot is for weaklings, or parkouring after a man wearing a pan hat so hard he decides life isn't for him.
Farewell, cruel world!
A blood trail usually leads to a warm body, but this time it led to a car bloodier than the hallway in The Shining, with no trace of a victim. His only lead, the car owner's wife.
You talk to her, Phelps. I'm no good at this shoulder to cry on stuff.
Unfortunately for this broad, Cole's shoulder was about as soft as sandpaper.
I think you should come clean with us, Mrs. Black. Your husband is missing, and after our search, I'm willing to call the circumstances suspicious. Can you account for your movements last night?
You're not accusing me, are you? What an awful thing to say.
After a quick detour that helped keep the city coroner employed, they began to question a man named Morgan, a man of subtlety. Only a true detective with the keenest of eyes could tell something was amiss.
You're lying, Morgan.
But it doesn't take a detective to know that the subscribe button exists. Did you know that Detective Cole Phelps considers not subscribing a federal offense? Listen, I don't make the rules here, but you do not want to get on Phelps' bad side like Morgan here.
You're lying, Morgan.
You can't escape Cole Phelps any more than you can escape the law, so he tailed Morgan back to his apartment.
Ah, shit.
To find that there was no murder at all. Just a man willing to fake his death to cheat on his wife.
I thought it would be easier. No, it just got a whole lot harder.
On a morning like any other, when Phelps was sending people back to hell, he ran into probably one of the most famous faces in gaming.
No, I didn't go anywhere near that car.
Unfortunately for him, this was the day he met Cole Phelps.
Can we get back to the car, Mr. Jacobs?
Don't be impatient, Sonny.
Cole Phelps really has a way with people. His personality is about as approachable as the demon from It Follows. He knows what he wants, he knows his job, and he's coming after you whether you like it or not.
Address, Dewey, or my partner shoves your head in a car door.
Okay, all right.
You see, Phelps is kind of like a vampire. You have to invite him over your threshold for him to come in. And once you do, you can be sure that he's going to ruin your life.
You keep lying to me, and I'll send you and your baby to jail.
He lives here.
Now, Cole had a hatred for gangsters, robbers, generally violent people, people that wasted his time, jaywalkers, the natural things, but he especially didn't like pedophiles, for good reason.
Are you gonna tell me, or do I shake it out of you?
There's no call for violence.
Which just happens to lead to probably my favorite left turn of a conversation that I've ever seen in gaming.
To ask me questions.
We do a lot of presuming here in the United States, Consul General. It comes with the turf.
You young boys, Valdez.
Are you a madman?
You know, there's really nothing that can get in the way of Cole in his quest for justice. Speeding trains, having a baby, or, just being an innocent bystander in general.
You're making me angry, Miss Coletta. Is that what you want?
So yeah, at the end of the day, I think Phelps just kind of has that gift of dehumanizing people and giving them the feeling that they missed catching a ping pong ball and then chasing after it in front of all of their friends.
That's textbook policing, and we need more of it in this department.
You're going to the gas chamber.